Welcome back. So glad that you joined me. When was the last time that we stopped to actually examine around us and in our situation as to what exactly is speaking into us and into our surroundings, into our culture, into our country, into our world? Now, so often that's not even a question that we even want to consider asking or even consider even dwelling on. Because if we take a look at this, we're going to have to admit that there's more problems, and even more that we're probably part of those problems in the long run, and often there are no answers. Now, we need to stop there because when we're talking about that there's no answers, the simple fact is that we're saying that there's no answers within us. We're human. We're fallible. There's no way that we can come to the solutions that need to be come to. However, with that being said, what we need to continually remember is that the solutions are in Jesus and in Him alone. From the very beginning of time, God put into creation the answers that we would need, and the steps pointing us back to Jesus and Him alone is just continually asking, are we really looking? Are we ready to look? Or are we missing the boat altogether? So often we're missing the core elements of what's going on. I like how one person put it to me many years ago. So often we come to the Bible and we say, well, we have no answers. This is great having this book, but what do we do? This is not the only thing that God has given us. He's given us nature itself that continues to point back to Him step by step, helping us to see the bigger picture and even more to continue to run to Him in everything that's going on. Too often, because we're wanting to look at ourselves, we're missing what God is calling us to, what He has for us, and what's going on in the here and now. The more that we continue to pivot our direction, pivot our focus back, the more that we're going to see God's hand at work. And He's going to lead us in directions that we cannot even start to fathom because we're not looking at Him. Our verse today comes to us from Psalms 19, verse 1, and it says this: "The heavens are telling of the glory of God, and their expanse is declaring the work of His hands." God's got His own creation telling all about Him, even when we're not saying a word. Honestly, that's sad to even say, that's sad to even consider. But in essence, it's true because literally we have missed the mark. We've missed the boat. We've missed everything that is anything because we're so focused on what we believe we need that we don't really truly see what God is doing for us, and through nature itself. It's time for us to stop, re-examine the situation, look, pivot back our attention on Jesus, Him alone, so that we're ready for everything that God has placed in front of us. Thank you again for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time as we continue to study God's Word together. God bless.